The year is 2045. A tremor runs through the Earth, not of tectonic plates, but of reality itself. Above the Nevada desert, a shimmering tear appears in the sky. It shimmers, a grotesque mockery of the aurora borealis. This is the rift. At first it is a spectacle, a curiosity. People gather, drawn to its ethereal beauty. Scientists scramble for explanations, their instruments buzzing with useless data. The world watches, captivated, unaware of the shadow creeping across the horizon. The silence is the most unsettling. No sound emanates from the rift, no radio waves, no light beyond its shimmering surface. It is an absence in the world, a hole punched through existence. It is a wound in the fabric of reality, and it is bleeding something unknown and terrifying into our world. The silence doesn't last. Whispers begin to filter from the rift, scratching at the edge of human perception. They weave through radio waves, ghostly voices speaking in languages never heard before. Dreams turn strange, filled with unsettling imagery and a growing sense of dread. Animals are the first to react. Birds take flight, fleeing the area around the rift. Dogs howl at the sky, their fur standing on end. The closer one gets to the rift, the worse it becomes. Nausea sets in, followed by nosebleeds and crippling migraines. Then come the disappearances. People vanish overnight, their homes left empty, their belongings untouched. The authorities are baffled. Fear grips the world, a cold, creeping terror that seeps into everyday life. The rift is no longer a curiosity, it is a threat. Dr. Elena Ramirez, a young astrophysicist, becomes obsessed with the rift. She pores over data, desperate for answers. Sleep becomes a luxury she can't afford. The weight of the world, it seems, rests on her shoulders. She sees the fear in the eyes of her colleagues, the desperate hope that she holds the key to stopping this. Elena discovers a horrifying truth. The rift is growing. Slowly, inexorably, it is expanding, consuming the world around it. Her calculations are grim. At its current rate, it will engulf the entire planet within a matter of months. Time is running out. She presents her findings to the world leaders. Panic erupts, accusations are flung, solutions are demanded, but Elena has none. Not yet. All she has is a theory, a desperate gamble, a last-ditch effort to save humanity from annihilation. Elena's theory is radical. She believes the rift is not a natural phenomenon. It is a wound, a tear in the fabric of reality caused by some unknown force, and she believes the only way to close it is to understand its source. To do that, she needs to go through it. Her proposal is met with skepticism and fear, but the alternative is extinction. Reluctantly, the world's governments agree to her plan. They pool their resources, building her a vessel capable of withstanding the unknown forces at play within the rift. They call it the Phoenix. Elena assembles a team, the best and brightest minds humanity has to offer. A physicist, a biologist, an engineer, and a pilot. They are all volunteers, knowing the risks, knowing they might not return. They are driven by hope, by a desperate need to save their world. They are humanity's last hope. Section 5, Into the Abyss. The launch of the Phoenix is a global event. Billions watch, their breath held captive in their chests as the sleek vessel rises above the Nevada desert. Elena can feel the weight of their gazes on her back. The fate of the world rests on her shoulders, no pressure. As they approach the rift, a sense of wrongness permeates the ship. The air grows thick, heavy, making it difficult to breathe. The instruments on board begin to malfunction, spitting out nonsensical data. Elena fights back a wave of nausea. She reminds herself that fear is a luxury they can't afford. With a lurch that sends tremors through the frame of the Phoenix, they cross the threshold. The world dissolves around them, replaced by a chaotic, swirling mass of colors and shapes that defy description. Time seems to warp and bend. Elena closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and steels herself for what lies ahead. Section 6, Echoes of Madness. Inside the rift, reality is fluid, ever-shifting. Landscapes morph and change, laws of physics break down. The team encounters twisted, grotesque versions of their world, haunted by echoes of their deepest fears and darkest desires. The rift, it seems, is a mirror reflecting back the hidden truths of the human soul. They are not alone. Strange creatures stalk them, entities born of chaos and nightmare. They whisper to the team, tempting them with promises of power and knowledge, preying on their doubts and insecurities. Elena watches as her team begins to crack under the pressure. The physicist, a man named Dr. Chen, succumbs to madness. He begins to speak in riddles, raving about hidden dimensions and the futility of their mission. He tries to sabotage the ship, convinced that the rift is a doorway to a higher plane of existence. They are forced to restrain him, his screams echoing through the sterile halls of the Phoenix. Section 7, the heart of chaos. Deeper they journey into the heart of the rift. The chaos intensifies. Time loses all meaning. Days blur into nights. Minutes stretch into eternities. Elena can feel her own sanity fraying at the edges, the darkness of the rift seeping into her soul. But she presses on, driven by the fading hope of saving her world. Finally, they reach the center of the rift. It is a swirling vortex of energy, a singularity of chaos and destruction. And at its heart they find it, a consciousness, vast, ancient, and utterly alien. It speaks to them, its voice a chorus of whispers and screams, and it tells them the truth of its existence. The rift is not a tear, it is a parasite. It feeds on chaos, on fear, on the negative emotions of sentient beings. It was drawn to Earth by the turmoil of the 21st century, the wars, the famines, the environmental disasters. Humanity, in its darkest hour, had unwittingly summoned its own destruction. Section 8. A bridge too far. The entity offers them a choice. Stay in the rift, become one with its chaotic essence, or return to their world and watch it be consumed. Elena knows what she has to do. She has to close the rift, even if it means sacrificing herself and her team. She confronts the entity. It is a battle fought not with weapons, but with willpower, with the very essence of their beings. Elena digs deep, drawing on the love for her family, for her world, for the future she so desperately wants to see. She focuses all her energy, all her hope into a single desperate act of defiance. She creates a bridge, a conduit between the rift and the fabric of reality. It is a one-way bridge, a desperate gamble. Elena orders her team to return to the Phoenix, to escape while they still can. They plead with her to come with them, but she knows there is no other way. This is her burden to bear. Section 9. A silence descends. With a deafening roar, the rift begins to collapse in on itself. Elena watches as her team, heartbroken, boards the Phoenix and flees back towards their world. She allows herself a small smile. They will live, they will rebuild, they will remember. As the chaos consumes her, Elena feels a strange sense of peace. She has looked into the abyss, and the abyss has blinked. She has stared into the face of annihilation and emerged victorious. Humanity is safe, for now. But the rift is a scar on the fabric of reality, a constant reminder of the fragility of their existence. In the aftermath the world celebrates. Elena Ramirez becomes a legend, a symbol of hope and sacrifice. But somewhere in the dark corners of the universe, the rift still lurks, waiting for its chance to return. The silence has returned, but it is a fragile silence, one that could shatter at any moment.